Hello guys, I hope y'all are having a great Wednesday. Today is a special day. It is the launch of our new spring catalog. We're making not one, not two, but 3 cute cards perfect for spring. And you're going to be able to find out how you can earn these card kits for free. So stay tuned. And the other thing that you need to know that's critically important is that I'm doing a swap haul. And by that, I mean I have a huge bag of swaps. I worked my fingers to the bone in December so that I would have gobs of pretty cards to show you when the new catalog launched. And this is where we are. It's new catalog day. So let's get started, and we will make one of each of these 3 adorable cards. Let's just start with this one. And here, I see that my lamp is not fully on. Let me give it as bright as we can. All right, so we are in the new spring catalog. If you haven't received it yet, you should get it soon from me. I sent it out last week. If you haven't received it, it may be that you haven't put an order in with me over the last year, so contact me and I can get you a book, okay? But we're going to start with this Cute as a Bug suite, and I feel like it's the cutest. I feel like it's gonna sell out quickly because it's just so adorable. I think it's gonna be universally popular, maybe closer to the summer, but I just couldn't wait. Like, I had to use it now. So we're gonna make this adorable card. All right, we're starting with a basic thick white card base. Oh, my name is Cogbill. I didn't even write this on here. My business is papermadeprettier.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, share it on Facebook, like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube so you don't miss another video, because I'm on videos every Wednesday at 1 Central. All right, so we're starting with a thick white card base. And I have cut off a bit of it and then scored it. So that is the deal there. And then I have a piece of this designer paper called, let me see what it's called. Cute as a Bug Designer Series paper. Okay, and it is cute as a bug. To me, it looks like something out of a Disney show, which, if you don't know me, it's one of my favorites. But we've got all these adorable bugs and then some cute spring patterns. They're playing the harp. They're having parties. They are just, I'm dying. This is a gorgeous little berry paper, and then some fun deals here. Very popular and trendy is toadstools. We've got to me that looks like a picnic. So, all right, let me show you how this card is going to be constructed. I'm doing this a tiny bit differently than my original card. I like to always think of ways to improve things. So you're going to line up your designer paper with the right hand edge, and this way you can use a 5¼ by 5½ by 4 piece. Hello, Barb. And that way you can get 6 cards out of one designer paper. So then we're going to put a little stamp and seal. Now, it's important that you put the stamp and seal on the outer edge of this little flap, okay, so that it doesn't end up here. All right, and I just love this because you see the paper on both sides. All right, but when I made this card, I stuck this down and then wrapped the green, wrapped this green around, but you can see it kind of frays at the ends. So I have a design improvement. Okay, so I'm gonna use a piece of 5½ by 4¼ and I am gonna attach this little strip to the left hand side, to me, this looks like a book, okay? And then we're going to take this adorable trim. I wouldn't call it a ribbon. I'd call it a trim. You're not going to tie bows with it, but it makes the cutest accent, okay? And we're going to get some tear and tape. And we're going to flip this over and then trap it on the back. So let's see here. I'm going to line that up right where I want it and then flip it over. Just trap that. And then we're going to slide this around and we're going to straighten that out. Oh my goodness, that didn't really pan out. Let's try that again. Okay. And then trap this ribbon here. So the reason now being is there's no like edge of that ribbon showing. It wraps around your card front. Okay, and I love that improvement in this card. And then we stick this down. Yeah, that didn't quite pan out, did it? Hold on. I knew that something was not exactly right. We got to get this designer paper underneath all of this. So let's just trim this paper down. How about that? And we'll tuck it in there. As luck would have it, I've got my trimmer down. I had this idea to change this card right before I hopped on. So I'll get you the measurements of this. When you put in an order with me, you'll get the tutorials to make these cards with the pieces to make the cards as well. Okay, so we're gonna put that there and we're gonna slide that over just like so. Okay, but the whole point is I really wanted to cover up that I didn't want the edges of that designer paper to be hanging down there. All right, and then I'm just going to actually stick this down to a thick white base. But you've got to have a piece of that white so that now what we can do is pop this up with dimensionals. And then that trim won't interfere with anything. Okay, so that cute old olive trim is not going to make the card front too bulky. We're just going to pop it up and let that trim be hanging out inside the card. Okay. And no one even knows that there is something going on under there. And then your trim, you see, is kind of hidden back there. Ta-da! Adorable. Okay. Now what we're going to do, now this is a die that I think is indispensable. And it is something that you might zip on past. I mean, you probably would order it because you might order this whole suite, but not even realize that you got the dies because the suite is stunning. It's called Lovely and Beautiful. Okay, but this die set I've used on almost every card I've made so far, and I've made many. So it's a set of nesting dies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with a really cute border. So those are called Beautifully Celebrated dies, and I've had many customers also buy those as well. They're super cute. All right, so now what we're going to do is create our little floral grouping here. And we're going to grab some Memento ink. And we're just going to stamp some flowers along this edge. And it looks like, so these little sweet bugs, forgot to get out the one little floral stamp, which I don't think is in here. So we'll just leave. Oh no, I did get it out. I didn't remember doing that. So then there's one little flower that we're going to pop in just right here, and that will give us a little flower patch. Okay. And then we're going to coordinate with this designer paper, and I wanted to pull out the red and the purple. So I chose Real Red and Blackberry Bliss for my flowers. Okay. Sorry. All right, so we're going to color our little flowers. Every other flower, some red, some purple. But I thought that really matched that caterpillar right there. And then we're going to pop in with our Real Red and give that a little cuteness. All right, so I love these open line sets with the cute bugs because you can just play. I mean, look at all these possibilities with spring and making cute little cards. So I'm just coming in with an old olive, and I'm not being careful there. I'm just coloring the grass, so nothing fancy. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp my sentiment next with Memento Black because there's quite a bit of black in that paper, and I thought that really kind of like just worked. And I'm actually going to do a little different design here because I've made quite a smudge on that. So I'm going to do some shifting. And I've got two different sentiments that go together. Hello, friend. Love you lots. Perfection. You've got that, and you've got spread joy. So all three of those are fantastic for your friends. Now, at the magic of television, I've already, yes, much better. You're right, Barb. All right, so I've got my bug already stamped and cut out with the Sweet Bugs dies. Now, get a load of these dies. Dies on dies on dies, okay? But we stamped him and cut him out with this die. But we've got dies for days. We've got dies for all the different bugs. And then we've got quite a bit of like toadstools, some floral leaves. Very good set. Oh, look at these teeny weeny butterfly, snail, and dragonfly. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice that the first time. Okay, so we're going to color our little ladybug, and he's going to be Real Red. Plus, of course, he's a ladybug. And honestly, I just looked at the paper and was like, I'm going to go on what the paper says. So if you're feeling lazy while you're crafting, just look at the paper. Don't overthink it. And then I'm going to come in with a dark gray. This is dark smoky slate, and we're just going to get his head colored and his little belly. And then because I loved this green and that green trim on the ribbon, I'm going to pull some attention to that color with an old olive book here. Oh, not with that marker, I'm not. All right. Here we go. So he's reading his little book. I'm sure he's reading a book about bugs. Who knows? Maybe he's reading a book about humans. What do you think? How to not get killed by humans. That's probably what he's reading. All right, so because I have a little boo-boo here, I'm going to stick my bug right on top of that. So this is just an opportunity for embellishment. Hello, Patience. Great to see you. All right, so popping that on. And the last thing I'm going to do for the card before I embellish is pop this down. And somehow I'm down to only mini dimensionals on my table today. I've been doing a lot of crafting, so a lot of my materials have migrated downstairs. All right. And we're gonna pop this here. So adorable. And the last thing we're gonna do is my favorite part of this card, and that is embellish. So we have these called Ladybug Garden Epoxy Shapes. And we are going to slide a ladybug off. And we're going to pop one here. You could probably get away with just one, but why use one when 3 is better, right? We really want to use these guys up. If you use them all, get another pack, right? Don't worry. Don't be in fear of using what you have. Use it and get more, because it brings joy to people. These types of little doodads and sweetness brings joy to the world. So spread it. All right. Love this sweetest little card. It's ready for a spring picnic. Pack your lunch and let's go. All right. So here's another little card I have with a Sweet as a Bug set, or Sweet Bugs. This is a swap that I received. You're going to see more when you stay to the end, because I have a whole bag of swaps. That's just one that I already had out to show you. All right, our next card. So let's talk about, that's not it. Let's talk about Valentine's. Now this swap was made by Kim Williams. And I love trading with people because I get great ideas. But I love Valentine's Day because, I mean, you may know I love making cards. I love sending cards. And Valentine's Day is an invitation to send cards to everyone, all right? So whether you have a romantic Valentine or even any kind of Valentine, you have somebody that you love. If you don't, then send one to me because you love me. But Valentine's, I want you to be in a happy mindset about it. What you love is what you love, and who you love is who you love. So let's think about who that could be. I think my daughter Hope would love this card. It's bright and cheery, and I'd love to send it to her. So let's get started. Now, this card is made with the, and what's it called? Made with Love Sweet, okay? Now, I love a good real red, pinks, all of the things, bold and bright Valentine's sweet. And there are some fun elements to this set. We have these adorable treat bags, which are not on the table, but they are nice and large. They're about the height of our stamp cases, so they're quite big. These cutest little embellishments that you can stick on with liquid glue, but they're little shaker elements, okay? They're super adorable. And then we've got some bubble bath ribbon that we're going to use, and an embossing folder that makes sweet little hearts. Okay, so everything you need in a Valentine's suite. And the Valentine's paper goes with our other Valentine's sweets, like this Valentine Kisses bundle. We made this last week. So don't forget about other Valentine's sets and mixing in this Valentine's designer paper with it. Thank you, Barb. I thought it was super cute. So we are going to start with a card base. Now I'm going with a little bit of a different pattern of designer paper simply because I've already used all the XOXO paper. I've made lots of swaps and shares. So the good thing about Stampin' Up, hello Angela, is that with one set of designer paper, you're going to have multiple patterns that work for the same layout, okay? Obviously, these two are going to work interchangeably. Now, I've got a piece of two-toned cardstock here that I have already embossed with the embossing folder. I'll show you the folder. It's so precious. It makes the cutest little hearts, but I've tried to do some steps ahead of time so that we can get through these 3 cards during our lunch break. All right, so this two-tone cardstock has a white core, and so we're gonna just, and I'm plussing this up a little bit. We're gonna take our, this is just sandpaper. I keep it in my craft room. And we're just gonna rough that up so that you can see the white peek out of that paper. If you go in a circle, that kind of helps as well. And you can see that core of that paper. Isn't that precious? Okay, I love it. It makes a little bit of a mess, but it's a craft room. It's not like we're entertaining the king here. All right, so we are, isn't that so cute? I just love the detail here. We're gonna pop that down with a little bit of Stampin' Seal onto a piece of strawberry slush. And this is gonna go straight down to our card base here. And then I'm going to, I've cut out 2 hearts, okay, with the dies. Now, these dies go for days. I love dies for days. You are definitely not going to want to skip those. My favorite part is this little arrow, but this is a little sweet sentiment. We've got 2 small arrows, all these X's and O's, baby hearts, big hearts, and then little extra swirls. This is what I've used. It's just a standard heart on these 2 hearts that I've made. And these are Flirty Flamingo and, is that Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink is what I've got here. So I'm going to use Strawberry Slush on Strawberry Slush. And I am using this stamp right here. And this stamp right here. Okay, so these coordinate with our cards. And get this unstuck. All right, so this stamp, I'm just gonna line up here and stamp that. You could do it either way, but man, did I hit that on the money. I am very impressed with myself. And then I'm gonna use Flirty Flamingo here, just cause I want to. I love all the different pinks and reds, and that's the fun thing of Valentine's is you can just bring them all in. Everyone can come out to play, especially with this suite. So no pinks or reds are left uncelebrated. Oh my goodness, sorry. All right, so now I'm gonna pop this pink one down straight, and then I am gonna put a little dimensional on this darker one just because. And then I've cut out a little arrow. So cute. Where is my arrow? Oh, it's still in my bucket. So it looks like they cut out a tiny arrow. I cut out a big one just because I wasn't paying attention. And that looks just as cute. I think I'm going to have it go across both. And the nice thing about this bigger arrow is you can put a mini NI dimensional on it. So you can stick a tiny arrow right there. Ask me how I know, because I made a set of swaps with it. And I did that 24 times. So pop that on. So cute. Now our sentiment is going on this adorable little piece of happiness that I cut out with the Valentine's Kisses dies. And we're going to go Flirty Flamingo here. And we are going to pull out Hugs and Kisses. You could also choose Today and Always. But let's go with Hugs and Kisses. Well, if I can get this out. Oh yeah, here it is. I love this set. I love the fonts. I just think that's so trendy and cute. Hugs and kisses can go right there. Ah, so precious. All right, and then the last thing we have is this delicate little bubble bath ribbon. Now, I can tell you one thing I would never do is try to thread anything through anything because I'm just impatient. So what I'm going to do is tie the tiniest little bow. Cut it. Oh my gosh, today is bang the screen day. So sorry. We're going to cut that. And we are just going to pop that on with a glue dot because nobody is going to look down on your card and see, did she thread that through or did she tape it on? That's just me. So when we pop it on just like that, it looks like I've spent weeks tying that through there. All right, and then the final thing we're going to do is pop this darling up with a dimensional. So we're going to do that. And that goes right here. So precious. Now, I don't have any of the shaker elements on my person right now. So you could glue a few of those around with, you just use the tiniest dot of liquid glue. And then I am going to pop inside of here and stamp Happy Valentine's Day. And the fun thing about this, one of the features of this set is that the words are separate. And so you can make different options. And I went ahead and made my Happy Valentine's Day with the happy kind of off kilter because I thought that was cute. Just a little something, something. So this is going real red. We're just going red, okay? I mean, you could go on for days. You could put hearts in there. You could just keep going. But in the interest of time, we're going to stop at this point with this card. But adorable, is it not? So, thanks, Barb. It is precious. And so many people would get such a kick out of getting a Valentine's from you. Think about anyone that you love and pop this in the mail to them in February, okay? Now is the time to buy it so that you can be ready to make it in February. All right, let me talk to you about something that we have going on right now. And this is called Product of the Month. If you haven't heard about it, oh my gosh, I guess you were under a Christmas rock. But we have been enjoying this True Blue Florals Designer Series paper that I was able to purchase for only $5 because I put in a $75 order in December. The good news is this paper is still available as Product of the Month. So if you missed it in December, you can still get it for only $5. But yesterday we have a new Product of the Month that launched. And I don't have it yet. I've got it rushing its way here because I can't wait to use it. But it is a really gorgeous stamp set. And it's called Fabulous Sayings. It is fabulous. I don't need to tell you that because you can see the cute fonts. You can mix them up. Thank you so much. You're on my mind just because. Sending love, there are simply no words. You can do anything. Hooray. Okay, so we're on target with this stamp set. So cute. And it's only $5 when you spend $75. So, like I said, if you spend $50, you're going to get all three. And this is by Monday. I left a blank here. But let's see. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 7, 8, 9. So, I think that's the 11th. Is that the 11th? Anyway, whatever Monday is. Today is the 7th. Let's see. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, today is the 8th. That makes more sense. Okay. On the 12th, whatever, Monday. So, if you order $75, If you order 50, you're going to get all 3 card kits mailed to you and a bonus days coupon from Stampin' Up. But if you bump it to 75, you're going to be able to get that product of the month for only $5. Okay, so that's fabulous. Make sure and pop your order in with Stampin' Up and take advantage of that. You never know when these things sell out, they're gone. So that is that. All right, our final card today is called, is from a suite called Beach Boardwalk. Now, this is pulling us into summer, and I'm fine with that because why not bring on summer when it's cold outside? And it's not just a beach, okay? We've had beach sets, but this is a beach boardwalk. So we're talking like Coney Island or whatever beach boardwalk you go to. And you've got the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster. I love a good roller coaster. But we've got some fun designs here. Now, the paper reminds me of a ride at Disney called Rock and Roller Coaster. It's got palm trees and bright colors, but also fun little monochromatic patterns. This is my favorite pattern in this set. We're going to use it. And then some really neat marbly patterns. This is hard to see, but it's like a sunshine. Let me pop open the designer paper for you. It's kind of hard to see. But this page is obviously fabulous. Can't go wrong here. And then the back of that is kind of a marbly pattern. We've got this kind of, this reminds me of some shorts I used to wear in the 80s, like OP. This is this is my favorite pattern, the pink with the white sparkles. We've got more, what do you call these, palm trees. This is the sunshine page, and it's got an ombre effect to it. If you can't tell, now you can. Super precious. And I used it for my bingo party, which I had this weekend. Everyone had a blast. Let me show you. I have to give a little tour of the cutest thing. Everyone received this adorable little pencil holder. It's got a little iridescence to it. Me too, Barb. And I've used that fun, beautifully celebrated die to cut out that piece, and then everyone had their little initial on their pencil holder. But I'm going to make a card with this that is a little bit simpler, but stay tuned because I'm going to show you some fun cards that you can make with this as well. So let me find my box. It's migrated way over here. All right. So we're going to start with a, I've covered up all my pieces. We're going to start with a basic gray. Now, I liked that because there's quite a bit of gray in the paper, and I really wanted to kind of pull that out. But the roller, what is this, Ferris wheel, think of what that's called, is gray. So, and we've got a card base, and I can tell you this is a standard card base with 1 1/4 cut off because I've done it a million times. I love this layout. I keep using it. It's so fun and cute, but also it's a fun fold, and so I love a fun fold. All right, we're gonna put this piece here, and then you're gonna need a piece of basic white to go inside, but we're not sticking that down yet. First, we're gonna put this adorable strip of designer paper inside. So that's going to go on this edge. Now, we are making this card at Stamp Technique Club this weekend. So spoiler alert, if you're in the Stamp Technique class, you're going to get to make this. I have so many people in that class. It is full of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and other happy crafters. We just love learning new techniques every month. You can join at any point. You can join for 1 month. You can join for 6 months. It's created and designed so that you can participate every month and get rewards. And when you participate for multiple months in a row, you get special gifts from me. So you would definitely want to check that out. But we meet this weekend. We have a live class that is the first, and not this month. This month we switched to the second, but typically the first Friday at 10 a.m. and the first Saturday at 7 p.m. And then the to-go packets go out right after that. So we're going to stamp this happy birthday. Now this is a Nested Essentials die piece, and I've scored it. around 3 1/4, something like that. So we're stamping our little happy birthday, and then we're going to stamp a couple of palm trees off on our paper first, just to get them kind of like muted out. And then there's actually 2 palm trees in this set. There's 3. And so I'm switching palm trees here just so it doesn't get too monotonous. And we have 3 little palm trees. So I just love the way stamps look on paper. It never ceases to amaze me. All right, we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. And then this piece is going to tuck behind here. Okay. And then this sweet part is going to go into the card. So see how we honestly don't have extra layers than what we would have had for a regular card, but it made it a fun fold just by the way that we tucked it in there. So super cute. Now, I love the Beach Boardwalk puppy stickers. They come with the suite, and there's 2 sheets, and it takes me back to my childhood. But I kind of like wanted something different on here. I needed a sparkle. So I remembered these embellishments called pearlized faceted circles. They're with that really pretty suite that I told you had the best dies. This die in it, beautifully celebrated. But I wanted this pink embellishment to bring out the pink in these elements of the designer paper. So we're going to pop, and plus I just felt like they look like Miami, like just really sparkly and bright. And that's what this card was giving me, was sparkles and shine. So that's why I reached for that embellishment. All right, so we've made 3 adorable cards with the Beach Boardwalk suite, the Sweet as a Bug suite, or something to that nature. Cute as a bug, sweet as a bug. Sweet Bugs is the name of the stamp set for sure. And then we have the Made with Love suite that we made our Valentines with. Okay, so you pick which suites you want, if you want 1 or 2. And the more you spend, the more you're going to get. So $50, you're going to get the card packet. $75, you're going to get that bonus days stamp set. Okay, for $5. Now, let me give you a tour of some other items. These are the other 2 cards we're going to make at Stamp Technique class. We're learning the neon sign technique, to where you're going to get this neon color. And I've made another cute card. So these are the 3 cards you'll make at Stamp Technique Club this weekend. And I've made another set of cards. These are some cards for some special people that I made using that Beautifully Celebrated suite. I thought that was really adorably gorgeous. Now let's have our swap show. I mentioned bonus days very quickly, but I do want to draw your attention to bonus days. This is right now until February the 2nd. So for every $50 you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon. You're going to get an email from Stampin' Up. Copy and paste that and keep that somewhere important. I keep it on the notes area of my phone. And when it comes time to order, you can just go drop those codes. Starting February the 3rd, you can redeem your coupons. And for the month of February, you can then get lots of freebies. Okay? So, hello free. I like it. Right now, we're recovering from Christmas. We need all the deals we can get. Okay. Are you ready for our swap haul? There's probably about 60 swaps in here. And so I'm going to go fast. Just strap on. And they're in no particular order. Like, they're just mixed together. We have some really cute things. There's that green trim again. Some of these stamp sets, I don't even have. This is the Nature Suite. We've got a little seashell situation going on. More of that Nature Suite. This is probably my favorite swap. We'll be making it at a class for sure. Is that not adorable? I love St. Patrick's Day cards. Some Beach Boardwalk. We've got more Valentines. You can bring in different colors. Oh my stars. They have stitched all around that. Stop it. That is insane. That was a swap by Monica Davis. Kudos to her, because she did that multiple times. Wow. I'm impressed what people do. I'm appreciative, and someday maybe I'll be the person that can do such things. But my swaps are typically pretty simple. There's some more Boardwalk. This is an online suite. So don't forget that there are January online exclusives. So you may get all pulled into the online catalog, but these are gorgeous things in the online exclusives. So we have this cute suite. We have something called Fragrant Flowers, Peaceful Dock, Gliding Garden Swing. There's that suite I told you about called Lovely Blossoms. And then we have a Blessed Beginnings, church themed, lovely arrangements. That's also gorgeous. And oh, that goes with that big suite. And then we've got some papers. This is a pastel shimmer paper that I used on these little doodads. You can see maybe that shimmer for sure. And this Splash of Sparkles designer paper was used on that St. Patrick's Day card. And then a really cute pair of stamps called Good Luck and Seasonal Celebrations. And yeah, so you're going to want to get all that. I realized I did not get that St. Patrick's Day set, so I'll be needing to buy that next. All right, more bugs, more nature. We've got the cutest little Easter situation. So much to see. So much to see. This is in the catalog. The gears. Look at that cute Valentine. So you don't have to go pinks and red. You can go pinks and blues. Rabbits. Gorgeousness. I love how they did the trim here. I thought that was so gorgeous. I may have to create that card as well. Easter. This is a cute little Valentine's card. A little bit similar to what I've done with my other card with that fold. You make me happy. Some more cute bugs. Nature. Couple more cuteness cards. I just love getting all these ideas for you. I work hard in December to make 1 million swaps, so that you can have tons of ideas starting in January and February. So thanks for joining my online catalog kickoff. You go ahead and get your wish list filled and contact me if you want to order. I'll put a link here for to order with me. And if you need help, just message me and I'm happy to help. Okay, bye.